Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another indie comic review. And for this indie comic review, it is issue 3 of Little Monsters by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen, or Nguyen. And first things first, that is the cover and its rating. Does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that's happening inside in relation to the story? You bet it does, and from me it gets an 8 out of 10. Yep, a high 8 out of 10. So now it's time to move into the internal art, which we'll also get to have a look at some of the things that are happening in relation to the story, and then I'll move to giving the art its rating, and then start to work onto the story rating. So let's have a look at some of the art around the beginning, middle and end, starting now. So this is some of the art around the beginning, and we start to learn a little bit more about this character, and I believe this is Billy, and we also encounter pretty much the person who is responsible for making them somewhat vampires in this world. And as you can see here, there's more than one of them. And we don't have an overall rating as to like how many centuries this has taken place yet. As we start to move towards the middle of the story, there's a bit of a discussion as one of the characters has actually found a person to which they're going to pretty much enjoy drinking their blood. Of course, some people think he's lying, whilst the other ones will go ahead and check it out. Now, last but not least, towards the end. As we jump towards the end, we finally catch up with the character who is Romy, who is also said to be one of the oldest amongst these little monsters. And we learn that he's actually found someone who's actually looking for their dad. And things take a slight turn. So a bit of a spoiler on the end. But at least one thing, we do get a bit of an image of what the next upcoming issue cover looks like. So for the internal art, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. Yeah, I understand that there are people who don't quite enjoy it, but that's fine. If you don't enjoy it, find something else that you enjoy. Whether it's via the same creators working together on the same story or something different, you go and enjoy that. So time to move into the next thing, the story rating. Now, did we get any references to any of the previous issues? No, we didn't, but I could probably see that starting to come in later on. If I were to guess, maybe around issue 5. So, the next area is time. Well, in this we also got a bit of a flashback. And the flashback in regards to these characters, it took us to the year of 2029. And it made reference to something that was called the second pandemic. So we've got no idea as to what this particular pandemic was, and also what seemed to cause death. And we also learned that this pandemic also happened in the town, or the location, which is the next thing, of Orange County. The cast of characters consisting of Billy, so it sort of feels like we might have actually gotten Billy's backstory as to how he became somewhat a vampire. We also end up hearing talk about Romy, who we also see at the end there, and we also had Raymond, Lucas, Ronnie, Bats, and Yui, who also showed up in this, and it was nice to see a little bit more conversation between them and see them being addressed by their names. I think that's very important to see in the story. Overall story rating, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. I'm looking forward to the next issue, to which I'll probably review on the channel, as I am collecting this ongoing. So until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.